Okay. And let me share the board. Okay. Well, actually, today we want to talk about heroes. So tell me,
Here.
yeah, of course. Just I want to ask you, who is the most important person in your life? And tell me.
the, the more important person who impact my life.
Yeah,
No one, teacher. It's me. I think so.
that was good. Short
But
and
I think yes, but I think that thanks to my mother, she always dream because at her age, at her generation, she couldn't go to university, and she dream that is her big dream, and but she could not make her dream come true. So that her big dream, she transferred to me, and she always pushed me to go to university and learn well and have a good certificate. So I think that actually I don't realize that thing, but later on I recognize that because she didn't tell me exactly what she want me to do, but what she did for me, I think that that she gave me a very big pressure, not a big pressure, not it's not like inspiration. No, that is a pressure,
ah,
truly a pressure on me. And when I was young, it's very very tough, and I very tough and headache for me. But now I think that is very good for me now.
so it was not
Yes,
that was it
that's
was
in
not
my story,
inspiration. Yeah,
teacher.
I know what you say. Actually, maybe she was
Yeah.
worried. So, uh, yeah. So you yourself. So, yeah. But that was actually,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was her big dream. But of course, she
Yes.
couldn't. Yeah. But she
Yes.
always, of course, hope maybe like you can say that someone, so your mom is the one who had the biggest impact in your life. So we can say because, yeah,
Yes.
maybe so pushing you, or maybe, yeah, uh, I think growing up in her generation, she never, because, she never got a chance to go to university. So you can make, change your sentence this way. Maybe you can say growing up in her generation, she never got a chance to go to the university. So, of course,
Yes.
even though it was her dream. So
Yes.
since he couldn't make that happen, so since she couldn't, you can say this. Let me type it.
Since she
Yeah.
couldn't.
Since
Hmm.
she couldn't make that happen, yeah, herself, of course, you mean? Actually, we
Herself.
can say that
And
I want
herself.
to give you, yeah, she passed that dream on to you. So
Yes.
she passed
Very
that
pressure.
dream
Yes.
onto you. Yeah.
When I was young, I was very pressure.
Yeah, of course.
I was
Yeah,
very pressful.
of
Yes.
course. Yeah. So, yeah, I know that. Just she was always pushing you, go to college, work hard, and just you said
Yes.
certification. So, and graduate with a degree. So this one is better.
Correct. I agree.
Graduate with a degree. So like so this one is better, so more natural. Okay. But later on, so you understood what she meant
I
actually.
understood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she never explained, but you understood what she meant. Meant. Yeah. So it was like,
Actually,
of course, maybe she put
yes,
you under pressure, but
yes, teacher.
actually you realize what she
Yeah,
meant. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think your mom, yeah, actually,
yeah. No.
you're,
But I read some here, and some I admire some U.S. president. They are really extremely good person. For example, like George Washington or Abraham Lincoln. They are the best among U.S. president for all time, and between them, many prefer Abraham Lincoln rather than George Washington. But for me, I prefer George Washington the best because I think at his age he can place the I mean that I mean that so far Asian country we with our rule to choose president to choose prime minister, we cannot choose the best one. Here we cannot choose the best one because I think that because for example George Washington, he at his time very a long time ago in uh, 18 18 18th century, he can think he can think out he can think out how to organize government, a good government. It requires three pillar uh, uh, but that's a very good way for a government operate. And here in ASEAN, we don't have a Asian country. We don't have a that organization. So here we can even to that we have uh, election to select the prime minister, the president. But the election is not organized as good as there in US. So in US, because thanks to his um, his contribution to create the best way to choose the best president to election. So I think that and now up to now the more than 100 years already passed, 200 years already passed from his time so far. U.S. government still remain his first contribution so far, and so up to now his way is still good and apply up to now to select the best president for U.S. country. Yes,
yeah.
and here we just in I am a citizen in a Asian country, and of course I know that the election here is not transparent, and it's not fair for all people. But so we also dream to have a good way at U.S. country, so we can choose the best person, the most proper person to lead the country to develop. So I think that in my mind,
Of course, now we are
yeah,
not
George
really, of
Washington.
course, we can say that recently we haven't been really successful in actually, having a good, yeah, having a good
Yeah,
president because you know that, yeah, not
yeah,
everyone, of course, is going well
yeah.
these days. So maybe in the past, yeah, of course. I definitely just agree with you. So first, thank you for your opinion. That was so clear. It was really good. And thank you. Just let me add some things to your answer. Just you said that I admire US presidents. They're really you said extremely good. Extremely good is good. But if you want to be more natural, say yeah, you can say, I admire some US presidents. They were truly amazing people. They were
Amazing people.
truly
They
is
were
better than
truly,
really,
truly,
truly amazing
truly
people.
amazing people.
Yeah, this
Yes.
one is better than extremely good or, for example, really good. And yeah, for example, as you said, George Washington and, of course, Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, of course. The best. You said they're the best among US presidents. Okay, so it's better. The best, maybe greatest better. They're probably the greatest US president of all time. So you can say this way,
All
they're,
time. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
probably the greatest US presidents of all time. This one is more natural, maybe, and you can actually add this.
Yeah.
And yeah, but between them, you said many people prefer just, George Washington or, for example, Abraham Lincoln. Yes, a lot of people prefer Lincoln over Washington. This one is better. So you can say
Yeah, yeah. Prefer
a lot
Lincoln
of
over.
people,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
prefer over, okay, Washington. So this one is better over someone or something
Yeah.
over
Over.
another thing.
Over.
Yeah, of course, this
Yes.
one is better, prefer. And for you, of course, you prefer uh the best. You said George Washington, the best. This is a little awkward
Yeah.
here. So of course, so you should say personally, I would go. Personally, I would go for I'd go is better. So I prefer
Yeah.
this one the best. No, you can say I'd go with.
I go with. Yeah.
I'd go with
Yeah. Yeah.
George Washington. So this one is
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So
better.
nice expression.
This one is
Yes.
easier, actually, yes. And you said because I think at his age, okay. You meant, I think here, you said at his age, but I think you meant in his time, right? In his time.
In his
Yeah,
time.
in his time,
Yes.
because you said at
In
his
his
age,
time.
but I got this one. Like, you said in
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
time, yes.
In his time.
And of course, in Asian country, just when you use Asian countries, it should be
In
more
his
just
time.
plural. Okay, so this is Asian countries, maybe, because when you say country, particularly or specifically refer to one country, so countries is better. Okay, so you
Yeah.
can say
Countries.
back in his time, he was able to lay the foundation for a real democratic
Yeah.
system. Okay, let me write it here. It's not bad to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
this. So yours,
Yeah.
actually, this is your sentence, a little maybe. So you can say because
Foundation.
in
Back
his time,
in
at
his
his, you said at
time.
his age, I say back in his time,
His time.
he was able to
He was able to
lay the
lay foundation.
foundation
The foundation.
for a real democratic
Real
system.
democratic system.
That this one is better.
Mm.
Something, actually, this system, something a lot of Asian countries still struggle with. Yeah, so this one, so you have this problem, still the same, this problem. Okay. So, uh, we can't choose. You say we cannot choose. Don't say we cannot choose. Say it's hard. For
It's
example,
hard.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's hard to talk. It's hard to
Yes.
say. It's hard time. So we
Artist.
still have, you can say, we still have a hard time choosing the best leaders. We still have a hard time choosing between leaders. While George Washington, way back in actually that century, actually, we're already figuring out how to build a solid, a solid
Yes.
government. So,
Solid government. Yes. The figure out a solid government.
yeah, a solid government.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Yes.
of course, in many parts of Asia, as you said, maybe we don't have that kind of structure or balance of power. You can say balance
Balance
of power.
of government.
Yeah. So this one is better. And you said another thing that I just yeah I wrote it down. I wrote down. So it's like election. You said is not organized as good as no as well as good as no. You should say as well as they're in the U.S. So as good no. Our elections aren't as well. And you can say as well organized. Why not? As well organized as those in the US. So,
Yeah.
as well
Yeah.
organized as
That's
those
great.
in
That's
the
that's well
US.
organized.
This
So
one is
in the
better,
US.
maybe. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, good one. And that was so good. Thank you. Okay. Now let's see. Let's have a look at actually the first word of this unit.
Yes. So
Actually,
how about your hero teacher? Do you
my hero,
who? Yes.
my hero, my
Yourself.
actually. Yeah, let me say something. When it actually
Yeah.
comes to this question, when someone asks you this question, the first person that comes to your mind is your mother or maybe your father. But unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to have them for a long time in my life. So they passed away when I was so young. So I don't remember a lot. It's been a long time. Maybe I was 16 or 17. It was, a long time ago. So I can say now, at this actually position right now, I can say that just myself. So there was no one actually to support me. I was really just, I was alone. So I don't have anyone or, just, many, any inspiration, just me, myself. So good or bad, now
Yeah.
I'm here. So I'm not a hero, but I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a good one
Yeah.
for my daughter now. But unfortunately, I didn't have the chance, in my life that time, and I haven't had it during all these years to have someone as a hero or heroine in my life.
Wow. So great, teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah, so great to hear about your hero. I think it's
yeah,
nowadays. I think many cases like you and like me, we grow independently and we learn when we go. So I think it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good for all of us because we I think that the final goal for us is that how we feel happy with our life. That is the most important thing.
yes.
And I think that you are so happy, and me
Yeah,
too.
of course. Yeah, I'm trying.
Life, yeah,
Yeah,
life is
I think
beautiful.
so. Yeah, I am. So
Yes,
I don't know. It's part of my personality, or I've built it. Really, I don't know. But yes, I'm happy now. I'm trying to be optimistic, to be positive, to be happy, and to be satisfied with what I have. So
yes,
I think this is just, but yeah, not everyone should have a hero. Really?
yes,
Not everyone. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, the first word of this lesson is crisis. So first, as you can see the meaning, the definition of this word. But let's see if it's common word, we use
Crisis.
it or no. It's very commonly used word. It's really good word. We use it,
Crisis.
yes. Meaning is, if I want to give you a good synonym, it's like disaster, emergency, like, a time of difficulty or trouble. So as you can see, great danger, difficulty, confusion. So crisis is really can be a disaster or
Disaster.
like
Disaster.
emergency.
Emergency.
Yeah, it can be like disaster, like in a critical situation. So depending on the context, of course, different meaning. But for example, when it comes to financial crisis, so you know that this is a
Mhm.
critical situation, financial situation. So
Yes.
it can be a critical
Disaster.
situation. So depending on the context, we can have different meaning for it. Well, okay, tell me. So his life is total in crisis now, and he's got fired, and his family is okay. Now you tell me the time that you faced maybe a
Crisis.
difficult situation. Yeah. Do you remember?
I think that in my life, the tough time I faced, I think when I gave born to my first son. That's the first time I stayed at home for a long time, and that took care of baby, and um, mm, every night he woke up a lot of times, maybe average is was 4 times during the evening. So I think that is very is work crisis for me. And just stay with him for 6 months, and only me. Of course, my husband support me, but he need to went to work in the daytime, and in the evening time he just help me up to midnight, and he need to sleep, and, to be able to go to work the next day. So during the long evening, I wake up a lot of time to take care of him. So I feel very tired, very tired. I think that that tired make me nervous, and during the day I deal with only him, a newborn baby. He could not say anything, and at that time, the matter was that um, before gave born to him, I imagine that a baby can talk and can smile and can do many things. But actually, a newborn baby, he could not do like I imagine. So I very disappointed and very tired, and it sudden change with my routine before I used to go to office and have a lot of colleague to talk. Yes, and so that time, because I think that I was not good prepared in advance. Even to that, my mom support me, and but she didn't tell me exactly what will happen. So I still was very um, it was strange and like sudden, happened to me for a long time, and very tough than my what I can suffer. So I was very at that time, how can I call? I share that story with some of my closest friend, and I said at that time like I was stressful, very serious, stressful, and I didn't know how long it will stop, and I think in my mind that situation will take very long. So that is the matter. Yes, and I
Oh,
cry very
I know.
often that time.
I
Yes,
know.
very often that time. But after one first month, I became more familiar with the situation, and I become more and more comfortable. And when my baby grow up and more, and he during six first month he still wake up very frequently during the evening time, but when he grow up he could do some small thing like smile with me, like and yes, so I think that and the most important thing is that after the first 1 month I was more familiar with the function of a mother. So feed
Yeah.
baby and feed my meal
Actually,
to baby.
yeah, actually, you
Very
experience,
yeah.
so you experience postpartum depression. And everyone, I can say most of mothers, so we have postpartum depression after giving birth. So after giving birth, it happens. So it's like,
Yeah.
especially, in a few weeks, so you feel like you want to cry, you don't know what to do, you feel like so upset, nervous, and oh my God, it's not what I expected.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
actually, this is postpartum depression. That is PPD. So we normally use this one. And of course, it's a mental health problem. And we all of us, I can say most of parents and most of moms. So we experience this. So after giving birth, so especially, and just, from the first to, I don't know, maybe the first month. So it's so difficult, challenging. So I can say that one of the toughest, so you can say this way, one of the toughest times. So, or for example,
Oh, it's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
toughest, because that was,
Yeah.
so you can say one of the toughest times in my life was after I gave birth, was after I gave birth to
Yes.
my
Yeah.
first son. Okay,
Yeah.
so this one
Yeah.
is
Was
better.
after.
Yeah, and of course, you stayed at home. Yeah, it was the first time I had ever stayed home for so long this way. You should change it to another tense. So you should say it was the first time. Now I need to use past perfect. I had ever stayed home for so long. For a long time,
Yeah.
for so
I
long.
was.
Okay, just taking
I,
care of baby. I know it. And of course, you said every night he woke up a lot of times, maybe four times. But actually, it's better to say, we're running out of time, I think. Oh my God, no way, I forgot it. Okay, so let's log out and back in, okay, because we're
yeah.
running out
Yes.
of
Yes,
time.
teacher.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood. I will. Yes.